Actually, our mission behind all this is to create jobs. Do you know how many people in Bali
Getting goosebumps.
doesn't have jobs right now? Thousands of people in Bali still don't have jobs until today.
Right, your secrets. Give me the secrets. Right, if there were secrets, like to surviving and possibly thriving in a time like this, what would you say? Hi everybody, I'm Rob, the tourism architect. Welcome to this member and community spotlight from Emma Hub. We're here at Ma Restaurant. We're about to go inside and meet the owners. Come and join us. So hi guys, welcome back. We're here with three owners of this incredible new place that's opened up in Brawa called Mar. And as you know, this is part of the Emma Hub, member and community spotlight in which we can spend time with some incredible businesses to discover what their challenges are, what are their successes, how do they navigate a time like this, which is time of COVID is very challenging for all of us, right? So let's start. And of course, by the way, Emma Hub, as you know, is a one-stop shop for any business that either wants to move to Bali or in Bali and wants to set up business, right? It's what they've done for many years all over the world, and they have the unique specialized knowledge here for Bali as well.
Yeah.
So where did you guys meet? Maybe tell the viewers here, what your name is and where you met, and maybe what brought you to Bali.
My name is Jose. I came from Portugal. I was in Lisbon. Last 20 years I lived in the Algarve. That's where I met George, and we just kept the friendship all these years.
Well, my name is George, right? I'm also from Portugal, where I met Zé, and I landed on this beautiful country called Indonesia. I came here to work. I started working in Jakarta, stayed for a while, met my beautiful wife, right? And then we moved to Bali, right? Where I fall in love with this wonderful island, and we moved here. I want to die here.
Bali is incredible, by the way. If you haven't been, you must come. And what about you, Cinta? So you were born where?
I was born in Jakarta, but I'm originally from Borneo, Indonesia. Yes. I've been working in hospitality businesses in Jakarta and Bali for now around 17 years. So this is what I've been doing all this time since the beginning, from the bottom. I was a door bitch until now. I own this restaurant. Everybody started from the bottom.
Yeah. And then you mentioned the Double Eight Group. So are there other venues that you have or have had here in Bali that you'd like to mention?
Yes, so basically I want to tell you a little story about who we are, which is 88. It all started back in 2020, where my husband and I lost our job because we were managing a few places. Yes, so actually we create the concept. It was our first baby called Marisquera. It's a small seafood house in Brawa. Yes, we make the concept, we did it, the colors, the logo, the name, what's we going to sell and all that. And we approached 3 of our friends to invest, okay? They all want it.
All of them.
But
love the idea.
eventually we had to choose one of them. So we go with one. So Marisquera, since day one, always full, even during Corona.
Yeah, because we opened in July 2020.
22, yeah. So we lost our job in March. We opened Marisquera in July.
That is quick, people.
Very quick, very quick. We have children. We have to pay school.
It's a big motivation.
We have to pay school. Yeah, okay. Then after Marisquera, we opened Petisquera. It's a bar. It's a finger food bar in Seminyak. That's when we create the company PT 88, which is in Bahasa PT 88. Starting from that. After Petisquera, we create Padaria, which is a bakery. After Padaria, we create Mar. After Mar, we have many more to come. So,
You know
oh, this one, yes, chicken
You
piri-piri.
know Nando's?
And that's what we are going to
Portuguese,
do.
of course.
Yes.
I completely forgot about Nando's. Portuguese experts in chicken.
So
Lovely,
basically,
succulent.
we are, you can say that we are a brand conceptor. You can say that we are a hospitality businesses. But actually, our mission, actually our mission behind all this is to create jobs, because at the first time we lost our job. And do you know how many people in Bali still
I'm getting goosebumps. Sorry.
doesn't have jobs right now? Thousands of people in Bali still don't have jobs until today. Yes, so we are the lucky ones. So if you are lucky, you have money, you have the energy, you have your guts to do it, open something, create jobs. Bali needs you so much.
You talk about family vibe and passion, and it's what I felt from the moment that I met you, right? So it's consistent, like it's a consistent thing, and I'm sure that has been, one of the keys to your success of your other venues, to carry that energy, to carry that family spirit through, right? I mean, but let's talk about some of the, what have been some of the major challenges that you've faced opening up? I know it looks like there's a few businesses in Bali.
For me, the biggest challenge, I think for every business in Bali,
During Corona,
during Corona, is these government measures.
PPKM, PSBB, the social restriction, like you cannot have dine-in, not allowed, you have to close at 8, you can only do takeaway and Gojek, and that kills us.
Well, all over the world, I guess.
over the world.
So,
Yeah.
especially in hospitality, in food business, because realize something, we are seafood only, okay? Now, you can imagine that, imagine that getting fresh seafood, you cannot do takeaway or Gojek, because you want to see it alive inside our aquariums.
Yeah.
And that way you are sure that it's fresh.
And he wants to get
it's
dirty, like opening the prawns and the...
Something you cannot just deliver at home.
That's right.
Or it won't be the same experience.
That's a great point.
Because business like this is like selling an experience to someone.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, especially on something like this, because we innovated. The concept is completely new. Okay, you have some in Portugal, but even the way it's cooked, everything. That's why the motto is from the sea to your table, because it's like very good food, but it's healthy. It has no salt, no chemicals, no nothing. So I think that the problem is that you miss a big part of the experience if you don't have it here.
Fresh.
If you don't have it fresh.
We don't use MSG.
Yeah.
We don't use any freezing material. We don't use microwave. Everything alive gets cooked. Cooked, we pre-boil in seawater.
Yes, that's our cooking liquid, seawater.
Focus on quality. Is that if I asked you, like if there were secrets, right? Your secrets. Give me the secrets, right? If there were secrets, like to surviving and possibly thriving in a time like this, what would you say?
I think it's the promotion,
Promotion.
domestic or international. But there is high and low season, so I think that's why if you can see everybody is doing promotion, because not much money left in the pocket. It's already the second, almost the third year, second year. So you go out once a week, you find cheap. That's what's going on here now.
So like we said about secrets, right? So promotion is one, but the next question, what kind of promotion do you find really has a return or an impact for what you're doing?
Well, I believe that for me, the freshness and the quality of
Quality.
food in the restaurant is everything.
Got it.
Right? I'm going to tell you, we really source, for instance, our oysters. That is our top seller here. The fresh oysters, which we buy them alive, right?
Yeah.
And then the selection of it, right? the selection of it. What I mean with selection, it's like this: you buy it, and they source it in oyster farms in Java. They deliver it here, right? They are out of the water for this traveling, right?
Yeah.
When they arrive here, they are closed, right? If they are closed, they are alive. If they are slightly open,
Always.
just throw it away.
Okay.
That's what we tell to the kitchen. Make sure you smell. Make sure everything is fresh.
Wow.
The quality. Everybody here knows their job, their function. In the kitchen is the first filter for the quality. On the floor is the second filter for the quality. So everybody is a quality control advisor for our food. And when it's not good enough for the guest, don't worry. You don't have to pay. We take it and replace it for another one, right? But we try to be, because we are dealing with seafood. It's very tricky, okay? A bad oyster can kill you.
That's right.
That's why we don't use wild oysters. We use farm oysters. They are better. They don't have the toxin present, right? So they will not kill you.
Got it. You know, it does. Thank you. And it's definitely the case with me and my partner. What she likes, oh no. There's some things I think we have the same appreciation for. Okay, we're talking about seafood right now. This is for steak. We have the same appreciation for steak. But she loves seafood, and for me, it's a little bit more difficult. I love sashimi and but she loves the fish. You know, so she'll love this. But that's another one of your secrets of success, from what I can see. Your attention to detail, quality, and all of that. And the other one that you mentioned earlier on is your staff, right? To make them feel comfortable, warm, accepted, and you get the best out of them. But how did you get, or how did you find or acquire that match between, because look, I speak to a lot of different businesses here, and wherever you go in the world, you know, people are always, you know, oh, the staff of this, oh, the staff of that, oh, I wish. But how did you find them, and how did you find that match that you needed?
Well, most of them are the staff that we worked together before Corona. So we're working in this company, right? So we were working together. And when everybody was jobless, we remember, oh, you are good. Let's do this. Yeah.
All right. So what were some of the biggest challenges and successes of rebranding and moving to that next step?
Well, so basically, we had this big little problem, okay? And this big little problem was the number of seats. So we were full almost every day.
35 seats.
But we only had 35 seats.
Yeah.
So we would have people sitting in the road, on the main road, eating in a plate.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen that. And we needed to open a place that is bigger and can accommodate the people comfortably, and at the same time give them parking space. So we just wanted to bring Marisqueira into a bigger place. Right? And we did it. We found this villa.
This was a villa.
Amazing.
Was completely abandoned, so trees everywhere, completely broken, and we just. I look at the place on the phone the first time, and I thought, oh my God, this is amazing. And I sent to everyone, and everybody was looking.
What are you looking at?
Yeah. Are we even looking at the same thing? This place is a dump.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, are you kidding me? Some kind of joke?
To do anything from here. I said, no, this is amazing. You see
Wow.
that? And well, I can see the kitchen there. I can see their private room with aircon. I
Amazing.
can see a bar here. The swimming pool stays, and we just open it and put like the sticks, and done. We do it.
Of course, it's not that easy as you think.
No.
The process takes long, but that's the thing.
Yeah.
If you keep it like simple, like he said, and then you get the right professionals to do it, you can do things like this.
You know, the interesting thing as well, just being here, because I was one of those guys, right, going by the street. I'm not far from here in a way, and I would see it every day and I see what's going on. but being inside of here, like you do get the sense of space, but you get the space of being intimate as well. So you've got, I think you've nailed it, because you know the problem with a big open vacuous space is that it's pretty, there's no vibe. Like it's pretty like, oh, okay, so I'm here sitting by myself. Okay, I'm gonna finish this food and I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Whereas here, you feel like you're tempted to stay.
That's
right?
yeah.
I know. With the fan on, and his signature drinks, which were amazing. By the way, you know, and earlier on, you know, you mentioned about, you know, how you finance this with friends and so on. But I guess the question then would be, you know, are you open to new investors and shareholders, and if so, what could that look like?
Well, let me explain a little bit. So 88 consists of the three of us, and then there is Sergio and Carlos. They are at home, but also Mar and Padaria. We have outside partner, our good friends, which is over there, the couple, Gung Ayu and Strada. They are Balinese. They are also our good friends and partners. So that's.
But basically, what we do, okay, let me explain you what is 88, because we've been talking about Mark, talked about Padaria,
Yeah.
but 88 is the mother brand, right?
Yes.
88 is a company. So 88 is investment fund.
Okay.
Okay. So basically, what we decide is investment fund. You can invest whatever amount of money, right? And the total shares makes 100%, right? So the person that invested in 88 will have percentage in Mar, in Chicken Piri Piri, in Tasca, in Padaria, in all the business that we open in the future. So it's investment fund. Of course, if they invest with more money, that means we are going to make more businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the percentage lowers, right?
But you get more money.
But you get more money on the
Yeah,
end,
you get more,
right? More profit.
more volume.
So
more profit.
that's how we design
Is
88 concept and this investment fund concept, which we do with, with foreigners
Yes.
that want to invest with us. right?
mostly friends.
Mostly friends.
Yeah. And look, where can people find you? So social media, do you have a website? Where can people
Yes.
find you?
Website is marbali.com. Social media, Facebook, Instagram is marbali.id.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Easy.
It's been an absolute pleasure to get to know
Thank
you.
you so much.
It's been
for
an
coming.
absolute joy. Some great nuggets of wisdom to share for people watching that will help them in their deliberations and their decisions. And for you at home, thank you very much indeed. It's been a great member and community spotlight here on behalf of Emma Hub. My name is Robert Ian Bonnick, tourism architect. Look forward to seeing you next time. Thank you.